What's good, everybody? D-Rail. We're going to veer off from our regularly scheduled program and delve into something that went on today. Today is December 15th. Just came back from watching The Last Jedi. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to have some spoilers. I'm going to give you my opinion on it. Let's get right into it. Last Jedi, scale of 1 to 10, I get a movie a 5. Maybe a 5.5. This movie, and I wrote some notes. Well, I wrote some bullet points. Disney and big budget corporations as such are franchise killers, and I think that Disney and Kathleen Kennedy have literally killed this franchise. The plot sucked. Everybody thinking it's about The Last Jedi, this, that, and the third, but the main synopsis of this the main thing that is a problem and it needs to be solved was a ship running out of gas, can't go to hyperspace, being tracked, and an Imperial ship keeps shooting at it, this, that, and the third, buying time. It was like 2 hours of foolishness. It wasn't creative. They need to stop giving these directors the go ahead with this. I knew from the beginning. I said this months ago, maybe about almost a year ago. Either the movie was going to be very good or it was going to be very, very bad. This movie is very bad. The only person that has a decent story is Luke. His story, he's conflicted, he's old, he walked away from the Force, he doesn't sense it, he stopped using it. That's good. He doesn't know that Han's dead, he doesn't know what's going on. But Kathleen Kennedy, Disney, corporate entities. And you know what? I'm going to take it there. I'm going to take it a step further. It feels like it's too much estrogen in these movies. I could understand Rey is the female character. She's the new lead, the new Luke, the new generation, this, that, and the third. Where do you get this girl Rose from? She's useless. You literally send Rose and Finn on a dummy mission. And when I say it's a dummy mission, it's a dummy mission. You sent them to a planet to find somebody. They couldn't find who they was looking for. They found somebody else. He winds up double-crossing them. The plan goes to shit. And it just literally has nothing to do with the movie. Benicio del Toro's in the movie for no exact reason. You have all of these powerful females. And feminism, y'all slick with that when it comes to this new age of feminism, and basically you got the head of Disney or of Star Wars, whoever running the Kathleen Kennedy. You got all these females and these British people. It just doesn't make sense. You destroyed Luke's legacy, and you also destroyed Princess Leia's legacy. It didn't make no sense. Disney, they tried to pull a Guardians of the Galaxy. Princess Leia gets blown out of the daggone bridge of her ship and starts floating in space. And then she's literally floating in space, and then starts to crystallize like the girl in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then reaches out with the Force, and then she flies back into the ship. That's not Star Wars, dude. Like, come on, man. Then the story drags on. Luke is conflicted. Rey leaves, and all of a sudden Yoda pops up. It's unnecessary, man. That's not even original. And I think that the director, and I think that Disney Studios thinks that the Star Wars fans are that gullible. Star Wars and Star Trek fans may be some of the most highly opinionated fans of any cinematic movie franchise ever. You pull Yoda out of your ass, and he's talking to Luke, and he looks he looks like he doesn't look like the Yoda that passed away on Dagobah. It's just CGI. It's just like they just reached too much. The movie made no sense. Kylo Ren, he got his shirt off. He looks like an awkward, very tall, awkward white man. Then to come to find out, Rey's a nobody. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't see what they're trying to do. The plot didn't make any sense. It's like they're trying to add a new edge to the Force, where now you can reach out, and in the movies you could project and see this, that, and the third. Then Luke just vanishes and dies? Because what? Because he was tired? What, like really, what's going on? Then you look at all of these people with their opinions, and they say, oh, we got information from StarWars.com or StarWars.net, all these other people, just vloggers that came out with all of this information months before. Oh, the Knights of Ren. Where was the Knights of Ren? Never seen them. If Kylo Ren is this badass, daggone Jedi Force user or Force user, this, that, and the third, why is he having a hard time killing Snoke's security guards? These two had lightsabers. The guards had like little battle axes with a little electricity bolts on them. It's like, come on. You know, to me, the only people I could understand, you know what? I think that people thought that we were going to get another story adding on to Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo. I knew when they started firing directors and talking about rewrites of scripts for episode 9, and they had to get J.J. Abrams, and the movie was 2.5 hours long, I knew something was wrong. Because when you got to get people like J.J. Abrams to finish out a trilogy, you done did something wrong. And it's hard for a novice or an average director to clean up the mess that they did with The Last Jedi. This is Disney. They have billion-dollar budgets. They could say things like, oh, the Jedi must die, and people go crazy, and you do little short clips of this and that, and this, that, and the third, and it piques a lot of interest. But then, when you leave the movie 2.5 hours, the movie should have been 1 hour and 50 minutes max. But then you leave the movie, you don't even leave the movie on its, when every Star Wars movie has ended with a, I don't know what it's called, but the shot is like a outgoing shot. And then it goes, dun, 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 directed to this, that, and the third. You acted like this movie was just a regular movie, and then you added all of this stuff. The little boy with the Force, he grabs the broom with the Force and he starts sweeping. Nobody knows who he is, what he's there for. He probably won't even be beneficial in the next movie or the next couple of movies. Nobody knows what's next. There's no big plot. At least with George Lucas. Episode 1 was a horrible movie. Episode 2 was a horrible movie. Episode 3 was a subpar movie. At least on each 3 of those movies, there was an ending that left the opening for the next movie. At the end of Phantom Menace, you knew that, okay, these are the people these are going to be the main players in the next one. At the end of the Attack of the Clones, the Clone Wars, you knew that Anakin and Padme were now married. They were doing something taboo. Things were in motion. You knew there was going to be a next one. You knew there was, even the Empire Strikes Back, you knew there was going to be something. They had to get Han Solo. Luke get his arm cut off. He knows who his father is. Then you just reveal that Rey is a nobody. She's a crack baby. Her parents sold her for alcohol, and are probably dead somewhere on Jakku. Come on, that makes no sense. These people are professionals that made these movies. Disney gave these people budgets. Kathleen Kennedy needs to be fired. The people that's handling Star Wars need to be fired. People complained about George Lucas and his his original movies, Episode 1, 2, and 3. They shouldn't. This by far may be the worst Star Wars movie I have ever in my life seen. It had maybe two touching moments when Luke is like, "Where's Han?" Yeah, that's touching. Like they don't. It seemed like they don't care about building a great story, building up characters. They just care about bringing out these movies because it comes with the name Star Wars, and if it comes with the name Star Wars, it's going to sell this amount of movie tickets, and it's going to sell this amount of, because people are going to watch it regardless. If M. Night Shyamalan, who is a horrible director, directed the next 15 Star Wars movies, everybody would go out and see him just because it has Star Wars attached to it, and now it has Disney attached to it. That movie, The Last Jedi, in my opinion, had no soul to it. It was like a lobster. A lobster has no soul. This movie had no soul whatsoever. Will I go see it again? No. Will I buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray? Yes, just because I'm a Star Wars fan. But this movie took something away from my childhood. It's bad. A lot of people don't like it. I don't understand. Rotten Tomato gave it a very high score. It makes no sense. I don't know what movie they saw, but this movie was a piece of dirt. Have a good day.